I decided to become a Cleansheet volunteer because I'd been working in the Mount prison for a couple of years by then, and when I heard about what Cleansheet do and how they can help people find a job after prison, it was just exactly what I knew prisoners needed. I find prisoners in general to be remarkably different from the stereotype that most of us have. I think what Cleansheet does is it gives guys and girls hope that there is somebody out there that is rooting for them. When I go to a guy in his cell and say to him, "Hey mate, do you want to come to a session where we're going to talk about job hunting and you know, do you want a job when you get out of prison?" That's normally the way I start. "Hey mate, are you looking for a job after prison?" And they will often go, "Oh, yeah." And it's not something they've been thinking about so much, or if they have, they've probably thought about it and discarded it. But we get the opportunity to reawaken their thinking about job hunting and then see them go from the beginning of the session where they're thinking, "I have no idea what this is about," to the end of the session where they actually tell me, "I feel like I've got hope. I feel like I know there's somebody out there for me." That's an amazing, amazing thing. What Cleansheet has done is quite fantastic in that they have done a lot of the work for the prisoner. They've recruited employers to mean that prisoners have got an open opportunity. If they need to be committed to their job hunting, but if they are committed to their job hunting, there are vacancies there that they can apply for.
I've just started back to work. I have applied for over 500 plus jobs. Every one I had been refused. We did get some information about Cleansheet and Unlock and other charities that helped ex-offenders get back on their feet. I did try a lot of them, but nothing positive came out of it. The only positive that came out of it was Cleansheet. Cleansheet charity has helped me immensely by just making me feel normal, giving me sound advice, sending links to jobs, listening to me as an individual without even knowing me, considering, caring, sympathetic towards my needs. And that has helped me boost my morale to try and achieve more. I'm also willing to give back as well. There's a lot of issues in prisons, and having been on the both sides of the fences, I am willing to give a lot more if given the opportunity. There were a lot of courses offered to us, which I grasped. I went into Picture, which was the IT section of the prison. I became an orderly. I love computers. I completed several courses on Microsoft Office Specialist and IT Essentials. Tutors were there, were excellent. They were like friends. They knew my potential, and one of the tutors even given me a reference. However, coming out of prison was a total different story.
Cleansheet employers are a national directory of employers. They vary from very, very small to big national and international brands, many recognisable brands on our database, and also some very small local places as well. And they are all employers who are happy to give a second chance to somebody who's come out of prison and has got a criminal conviction. We do speak to them regularly. We try and keep in contact with them. We try and find out what roles they've got and what we could then offer on to our Cleansheet members. I think it's really important for employers to engage with former prisoners because there's a huge workforce out there, and these guys deserve a second chance. Often they turn into one of the best employees of a company that they're taken on by. They work hard, they're loyal, they know that somebody's given them a second chance and they might not get a third. If someone's a Cleansheet member, they know what they're getting. The cards are already on the table for the employer and for the employee, which protects both of them. I love speaking to people. I love connecting with people individually. I also love connecting with the employers individually as well, and making relationships with them really well, and making sure that we're serving our employers as well as serving our members. Best bit of my job, I think, is talking to members and helping them to understand that there is a chance. There are employers out there who will take a punt on them and will give them another chance, and will speak to them as individuals. My hope for Cleansheet in the future is that we can widen our network, that we can get into more prisons, that we can catch people, as it were, before they're released and give them some hope.
I heard last week that so-and-so got a job, or that a prisoner I was working with 6 months ago got a job. Those prisoners, their eyes become like saucers. You know, it's amazing because it's not something they used to.
Also that we can expand as a charity so that we've got enough people who can be out there building relationships not only with the members but also with the employers, so that we can just build on the network that we've got. The network that we've got is sustainable and expandable, but I want to see it widen. I want to see it widen so that we're getting more and more job outcomes each month of people that we contact and say, how are you doing? And they reply saying, yeah, I'm in work. That's what makes me smile.